Turns out that in early 1930s Hollywood, a name that will be very well known for decades to come, was actually incredibly rebellious. Katharine Hepburn's presence in Hollywood was very long-lasting and domineering. She is sometimes regarded as the first lady of cinema. Acting was no game for her. She did not come to play in Hollywood. She made everybody take her seriously, and for that she remains the reigning queen of being the only person to have won 4 Academy Awards. Unlike most new actresses at that time, Hepburn grew up in a large, liberated, and well-off family from Connecticut. That encouraging and privileged environment shaped Katharine into a formidable and active young woman. This same attitude carried on into her working life. When she finished college, she set out to attain Broadway success. And in 1932, at the age of 25, she was recruited to Hollywood to join RKO. Hepburn's alpha female behavior, which consisted of dressing up in masculine pantsuits, her condescending, outspoken New England accent, and her setting boundaries to keep her personal life private, was rubbing almost everyone the wrong way. It was obviously a shock to Hollywood executives. Nonetheless, she screen debuted in 1932's A Bill of Divorcement. A year later, Hepburn won her first Oscar for a performance in Morning Glory, which co-starred Douglas Fairbanks and Adolphe Menjou. From this moment onward, Katharine was plunged into stardom. A large part of people's fascination with her was obviously her unique acting style, but also her unique attitude off-screen. She did not even come to the Oscar ceremony to accept her award. Just this behavior indicated her unconventional and rule-breaking personality. You either loved her or you hated her. There was no in between. Katharine continued to star in more films like Little Women and Bringing Up Baby, but she starred in even more flops, and she began to be labeled as box office poison. And with her refusal to play the Hollywood game, it looked like her Hollywood chapter was coming to an end, and she returned to Broadway. In 1938, Hepburn made a major career/business move when the play she acted in, called Philadelphia Story, got a lot of praise on Broadway. Without hesitation, she bought the film's rights and returned to Hollywood to finally make her mark as a power figure. This power move declared that Hepburn is here to stay. Her roster of films grew rapidly, and along the way, Spencer Tracy and Katharine began to co-star constantly and ultimately had a secret relationship behind the screen. Furthermore, she was getting Oscar nom after Oscar nom for her film roles. When the late 60s rolled in, Katharine starred in 2 films that she won Oscars for back-to-back in 1969 and 1968. And these were for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and for Lion in the Winter. Hepburn made occasional stage successes that ultimately earned her an Emmy in 1975. And in 1981, Katharine made it clear that she is in fact the first lady of cinema when she won her 4th Academy Award for her role in On Golden Pond. I think Katharine is also a fashion icon because her reprimanding demeanor was highlighted further with her love of pantsuits. Her masculine personal style consisted of blazers, leather shoes, and slicked back hair. This style clearly influenced later actresses, particularly Oscar-winning actresses like Diane Keaton and Jodie Foster. When asked what star quality is, Hepburn replied, "It's either some kind of electricity or some kind of energy, and I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, I've got it." I think she was right, because this gives a definitive clue of who she truly was. Hepburn's career was a long one that spanned for over 60 years. She is deemed as an absolute legend by many these days. Her attitude was unstoppable, and her legacy will inspire many for years to come.
If you have been taught basic freedom from fear and a basic belief in what you're doing that is sufficient to carry you when everyone and his uncle thinks you're wrong, and you still think, well, God damn it, I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm right, and I'm going to do it.